Welcome to another stage analysis video. It's Sunday the 19th of January 2025. I'm going to start off today's video with a look through the watchlist stocks before getting on to some of the week's significant bars, market breadth in major indexes, etc. But I wanted to quickly highlight a major new feature that's been added on the website basically over the last week into the stage analysis screener, which is the stages themselves. So we've now got a new area where we've got the stage filter, and these are done via the sub stages. So all of your stage 2s are covered by 2A, 2, 2 minus, 2B and 2B minus. So you can tick all of these and basically see all of 2, for example. There's 1694 at the moment. This is also shown up here in this little panel. You can see there's 33.25% of the stocks overall in stage 2 uptrends of various descriptions at the moment. And you can see there's 26.71% in either stage 1 or stage 3, which are neutral scores. And then there are 2040, which is 40.04% in stage 4 downtrends. So you can get these, see any of these through this area here. So if you just want to look at new stage 2 breakouts, you can click on this. You can then filter it further using the market caps, get rid of some of the small caps, how it closed on the week, upper quarter of the bar, for example, whether it's got strong relative volume, so more than 1 times the average weekly volume, whether it's good average volume. Then you can filter these down. HESS was a gap up name. I think that might be a merger one, but there was a few this week that came through from that. So you can just, with the unfiltered list, you can just click that and then you can get your results, and you can see there's 59 2As this week, versus if we look at how many stage 4A breakdowns there was 49. So slightly more stage 2A breakouts to stage 4A breakdowns. So one thing you can do with these is you can quickly export them. So once you've got your list selected and you've gone through your filters, if you click the export button, it either gives you a comma separated list, which you can copy and paste into your trading platform of your choice, something like TradingView, stock charts, whatever, and then you can go through those charts on there, or you can obviously go through them on the site here. We've got breaks, so we'll go through some of these just quickly, just have a look at what we've got going down the list. I think there was Opta's a relatively minor stage 2 breakout, just coming back out through above the 30-week moving average and the quarterly thing, but still within a resistance range as such. But you can see just moving into stage 2A. We've got a few others as well, like Compugen was a more bigger break back through the upside there. So you can quickly find those stocks now using the stages filters on here. You can go through the stocks on the list through here. So if I reorder this by market cap, for example, so you can see the largest cap stocks, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, etc. You can see that these at the moment, the majority of the top 10 stocks at the moment are still in various parts of stage 2, either in the stronger part of stage 2, which is just 2, or the minuses when they are below their 10-week moving averages as well. You see Microsoft just in stage 3 at the moment, Berkshire Hathaway as well. So 2B just means late in stage 2. So the likes of Meta, for example, is late in stage 2. You can see it running in stage 2 for a very long time now. So whereas something more like Tesla only broke out into stage 2 more recently. So this is just in normal stage 2 currently. So you can go through. Now we've got that with the SATA score, so you can see how they are in terms of their technical attributes versus their actual stages, as well as relative strength. You can add extra columns, different options that we've got down here too, which we can be continuing to add to. So just wanted to highlight that, the new stage filter. So if you haven't used it yet, obviously make your scanning a lot easier in terms of the stage analysis scans. Right, now getting back to today's video, wanted to start with ALAB. So this one has had a really strong move since breaking out into stage 2. So started to move out into stage 2 back here at the 9th of October, gap up on heavy volume. So if we spread this out a little bit more, actually I might be able to get the IPO. So that was from the actual IPO level as well. So when it gapped up, started to move out. This was the IPO day itself. You can see the volume on the IPO day. So this was the second heaviest volume that it had since the IPO day, with this gap up move as well. So it's just coming out above the 50-day moving average into what we call stage 4 minus down here, and then started to move back up again, but the gap immediately jumping it back into stage 2. So another new feature we've added on the website this week. So you'll note with the stocks that are younger, like ALAB, which has only been trading for less than a year at the moment. So you can now see the stages of these. They are listed straight away as soon as the stock is listed from the second week onwards. So there is a progressive approach, which then basically we get the stages much earlier. So you can see it had a little bit of chop initially before having a stage 4 decline, and then breaking out into stage 2. And this area here started to move back up again. So it's moved over 100%. So moved from around 60 to 140 area up here. But that's something else that you can now see on the charts with these. So obviously the various relative strength isn't there yet. The SATA score isn't there yet because these take longer to generate, but I am going to be doing a similar progressive approach with these, so we can start having the SATA score and mantle relative strength for an earlier base as well, starting from the same point. So I'm going to try and work on that this week. So coming back into the daily chart here, what I wanted to say with this one is, at the moment you can see we've got a little base structure forming after the initial stage 2 run. So we drop down to a lower time frame, intraday time frame. So this is 2 bars a day, 195 minute. So there's a little local structure developing here, volume continuing to be relatively light, so not a lot of evidence of supply coming in here. There is this small significant bar within this range, but if we draw the line back in, let's zoom into a 2 hour to look at this a little bit more closely. So we draw that same structure on the 2 hour chart. So there's that little significant bar that it's in within at the moment. So we're looking for a break back above here. You can see we had a little bit of a shakeout and a test. So classic Wyckoffean type structures here, short-term buying, climax, automatic reaction, secondary testing. So we've undercut with a shakeout, got a high low test. So we're looking for a move back up through this area, ideally with some stronger relative volume. If it can't break up through this area and move into the phase D of this little structure here, then it could obviously quickly roll back over and continue down into stage 4. But at the moment, looking for obviously a break to the upside here, and for it to test the upper end of the range. Coming back to the daily, that would bring it up into this 145 area potentially, and onwards. So looking for further continuation after a very strong initial run here. Next up, wanted to talk about CAVA. So this has got a potential, I say potential, as you can never know with these things. All you can do is look at the chart in real time and make a determination. So it's a potential Minervini low cheat. So Mark Minervini defined a few different patterns within cup and handle patterns. So if you have your classic cup and handle pattern, something like this, where the cup forms in the upper part of the range, and then that obviously the entry point on the classic cup and handle is here. So this is what we call a low cheat. It's when the lower part of the base structure is developing. So it's an earlier one than his cup completion cheat, which forms in the lower part of the base, so when it's only about halfway up the structure. So if you get a lower handle form, then this is a Minervini, what do we call it, cup completion cheat, so 3C pattern, and then you've got your continuation handle breakout point through that. So this is a lower point than that. We're looking for the break to the upside out of this area here. So it's very early, but with stage analysis, as you know, when we're looking for pullback entry points, we can drop down the time frames and then look to that chart and use the stages on that time frame. So we do it incrementally. So if you're on a daily chart, you'll step down half that to a 195 minute chart, for example. So drop down to our 195 minute chart, you can see we've got a little stage 4 decline, then we've got a potential stage 1 structure developing here. So a move up and out through this area here would be a stage 2 breakout on this lower time frame, and ideally, same as the weekly chart, we'd want to see on average more than 2 times the average volume. So with this one here, it's the 64343, whatever it is there. So basically this lower level down here, we want to see at least 2 times this average volume, so maybe something like that on a break to the upside through this level here. So you can also push that further, drop down to a 2 hour to see the base more. So again, you've had a stage 4 decline, started to develop a potential stage 1 structure here. So we're looking for that stage 2 breakout, potential backup and follow through. So once more, you'd be looking for around 2 times that minimum. Ideally, you want to see 3 times or more, show there's some interest and strength, and for that volume to continue to expand on the expansion of price, and then on any pullbacks you want to see that volume drop off again. So that's one way that you can use the stages to trade Minervini low cheap pattern, as if it doesn't break out, then there's obviously no entry point. And you can see with this one, we've got the 1 ATR band on here. So the top line on this purple area here is the +1 ATR level, and the lower area is the -1. So this is our neutral zone between the 21-day EMA. So 1 ATR above and 1 ATR below. So we're in that neutral range at the moment. So again, that kind of area through there at the moment. So currently 122.63 would be a potential area of interest on this one at the moment. If we look at the weekly on this, again, this had, actually I can go to the stage analysis chart of this one, so come back. If we look to, what am I looking at, CAVA. So again, we can, because it's an IPO stock, if you add the 40-week moving average, which have extended back to the start now, and the stages background, you can see started to break out into stage 2 back down here, just around the sort of $40 area. So it's had a tremendous run up to almost 170 there. So I think it was 300+% stage 2 advance before starting to pull back, and you can see it's now gone blue. So we're into a potential early stage 3 for the last 4 weeks now with this, which is this started to come through this area here. So not the immediate move below the 50-day moving average. It took a little bit longer. It's once it started to get into this area here, it started to move towards stage 3, as we don't count the move under the 50-day moving average as the move to early stage 3. This is what we call stage 2B minus or 2 minus, depending on how many weeks it's been in stage 2 for. So if we come back to the weekly chart there, you can see it had been in stage 2 for over 39 weeks, so it got a stage 2B minus at that point before starting to move to stage 3 for the last 4 weeks now. So as I said, looking for a break to the upside through this area here for a potential low cheap entry point on this one. So it may come, it may not, but again, look down to your lower time frames for this. So we're looking for that stage 2 breakout attempt on this. If it doesn't come, then it starts to roll back over. You could obviously easily have a stage 4 continuation to the downside. So, and with stage 2 breakout entry points, well, obviously not well known with a lot of people, is if when you get a push to the upside and then it quickly reverses and fails. This is what we call an up thrust. So a failed breakout. So same from the Wyckoff entry points, and this is a potential short entry point there. So operates as the opposite of a spring. So we've got a spring and a test here. So you look for then a move back to the other end of the range again from that point, and potentially a break to the downside. But that's a potential short entry point as well as a long entry point, depending on how that price moves and how the volume moves at the time. So just wanted to highlight that. Next up, I wanted to show coin. So this is another one that we've got with the Trump official Trump coin this weekend. Has been big news all over Twitter. It's up I don't know, about 5,000% or something in a day or two. So ridiculous amount of movement on a meme coin. Just there's a lot of speculation that's causing Solana to make a stage 2 continuation, as it was listed on there. Bitcoin's back at the highs. Ethereum is doing the opposite low. So we may see at the start of the week, if that continues, it doesn't get dumped before then, the crypto coins to also benefit. So the likes of Coin, Hood, etc. So we come into, let's go to the screener quickly. He says, so just get my chart list up for crypto stocks. So you can see on this one at the moment, so if we do it in order of relative strength, and then SATA score at the moment, Hood is the leader, MicroStrategy, then Hut, then Coin, etc. So these are the strongest of the crypto coins at the moment, but all of these could potentially benefit. We see there was a bunch of these having strong moves over the last week anyway, so we could see continuation of that. Come back to Coin here. We've got this little double bottom breakout attempt on Coin at the moment. So again, dropping down to a lower time frame. Start with the 195 minute here. You can see that little double bottom pattern that's formed, making a new stage 2 breakout attempt on this lower structure from that double bottom move. So moved up stage 2, stage 3, dropped down into 4, gone sideways in stage 1. So we're now making a little stage 2 breakout attempt. So want to see that continue to expand, some volumes come in for it to drift higher in stage 2 potentially. You've got volume resistance with this one up in the 310 to 330 range. So that's at the moment the area of interest here as it starts to move into stage 2 on a lower time frame. So we could see the same thing with some of the other crypto stocks as well. So as I said, these are the leading stocks at the moment. You can see the majority of them are in either stage 2 or stage 1 or 3 at the moment. Google